Greetings, beautiful family. So today is Tuesday. We are in March. We're in the third month, and I've been wanting to do this video since January. So we're still in the beginning of the year. Hope everybody's sticking to their New Year's resolutions. Wanted to show you all a way that I've started doing my vision boards. So in January, we did a vision board party workshop, but we used tarot cards. And Spirit said to have everybody outline their months for the year and goals you want to achieve each month and keeping it, realistic. So a few people were confused and they didn't understand, what I just described. So I'm going to go over my 12 months and when I pulled the cards and how I interpreted them. And then the images, vision boards, typically you cut out images on things you want to manifest and attract. And when I was planning out the workshops for the month of January, I felt like the typical way of doing vision boards was to like window shopping. Yes, forgive this lighting. Was very much like window shopping and not actually planning. You flip through the pages and you're like, yeah, I want this. I want to attract that. I want to manifest that. And while that is definitely a good way to practice with intention, law of attraction, because we're working off of law of attraction all the time. But to do it with intention, vision boards are definitely useful. They're definitely helpful. But I felt like it's time to start being a bit more specific and proactive with our vision boards. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I did. Okay, so looking through, the images, I cut out a few of them, but I didn't immediately just glue them all to my poster. So I wrote down each month for the year of 2022. And I wrote down the dates of the new moon. And I wrote the dates of the full moon. So I wrote all those down. And what I did was I said, what do I want to achieve by the end of January? So I wrote a few things. Designing my new business cards and some cards for a few other people. Emptying some certain cabinets. Moving the turf grass from one part of my yard to the other, and completing printing out all the books for a Penn Foster course that I'm taking. So, like that. And then, you want to get, we say things like, my New Year's resolution is to lose weight. Well, instead of just saying lose weight, by the end of February, I have to have completed 1,000 crunches, which means just 10 days of doing 100 crunches. And I like doing crunches. So I didn't get to 1,000. I got to like 700. So I didn't check it off because I'm not going to, I'm trying, be honest with yourselves, Oh, and what? I did do these things, but I didn't chop them off, click them all off. Certain things that I wanted to do for my yard, some more work for my yard. Because it's about, the way you rearrange things and the way you position things. And when you, fix certain things up, those create a shift of energy that can lead to more blessings. So that's why I have certain things on here regarding my yard, different things of my house that I've been putting off and organizing a certain section and stuff like that. So I need to go through and check off some of the things that I've done. But yeah, I am falling behind on my list. There's certain things here that I have not finished. But so what I did was for January, I pulled a card. And the card that I pulled for January was 4 cups, which was about not being upset over the losses when there's more gains than losses. And so for me, that applied to certain things going on at home when my children don't listen or if something isn't clean and but they do other things very well. But I tend to have a temper sometimes when I've repeated myself too many times. So the first card that I pulled had to do with that, being more upset over something small when the blessings were more, because in the 4 cups, it was like 1 cup was spilled and they was focusing on the cup that was spilled and it was ignoring the 3 cups of the blessings. So here, you know, I also pulled a card from my friend Afia. I pulled a card from her chakra deck, and the card that I pulled was the root chakra. And the root chakra is about our sense of like how grounded we are, how secure we feel. And so, you know, that's when our emotions get out of control, we don't feel secure. We're not grounded. So I thought it was interesting that I pulled that after I pulled the 4 cups. Okay, so through the month of January, I made it a point to focus on that and pay more attention to myself and my reactions and things like that. And then you just start paying attention to it more and more, and not just during that month. Okay, so so that's why once I pulled that card, then I put this picture down first. It's just a beautiful woman here. She looks, you know, amazing. And she looked like she got it together. Her emotions look like they under control. And the word professional was underneath her. So she's there to remind me, you know, how professional are you being with your emotions? Okay. Where are we? So we're in March. Well, in February, I pulled the three of wands, and that's about your efforts being focused and patience and strength and dedications leads to your success. So then I pulled the sacral chakra on that card, and it was all about, that card was talking about abundance after I pulled the 3 of wands. So you see where we're going. You pull a card for your month, and then you really reflect on the message for that month and what things do you want to achieve that are kind of, you know, that kind of correlate to that. When I got to April, I pulled the Tower. In March, I pulled 13, the Death card, which means the ending, something's coming to an end for new beginnings. And then I also pulled the 6 of Pentacles, which was about gratitude and stability, giving and receiving. And then my chakra card that I pulled was the Crown chakra. And our crown chakra is what connects us to source. For April, I pulled the Tower, which is really interesting because there's some stuff going on with my house and something I need to have finalized by the end of April. And I didn't know that when I did this in January. So what I did, so, you know, the Tower is about, and that's why I put this image here. The Tower is about things coming down, almost like crashing down, to be rebuilt. Brand new, bigger and better. So what I wrote down for my goals in March is to tear down my plants and replant them. So those of you who know gardening, there's certain plants, a lot of plants, you can just break off a branch and stick the branch in the ground and water it a lot and it becomes a new plant. So that's what I mean there. So April, by the end of April, my goal is to have done that to like 10 of them. And then I'm doubling that growth, the energy of growth in my yard, the beautiful energy that green brings, and just the whole cycle with having beautiful plants around you. So that's just a little glimpse, you know. We're still early in the year, so you definitely have time to make a vision board like this for yourself, where you are a lot more focused and dedicated to something rather than just seeing images. You know what I mean? Like if I only had put this here, I wouldn't have achieved what I've achieved so far. And I still, but each month I did have like 1 or 2 things that didn't get checked. So I have some catching up to do. But yeah, keep track on the new moons and the full moons. On the new moon, you want to make some plans, achievable plans, goals, things that you definitely can achieve. Don't write down more than what's reasonable by your lifestyle and your schedule. And you want to get those checked off and done before the full moon. This was something I learned from Brother Amin Ra from 13 Signs Astrology years and years and years ago. I love the way he described how to use a new moon and the full moon. So, you know, the new moon is about making your plans, and the full moon is getting, while the moon is in its waxing phase, getting closer and closer to the full moon, you want to be getting stuff checked off your list. And then the night of the full moon, hopefully you got everything done, because that's the time for you to celebrate and call on a fullness of energy for everything that you got done. It's like, I got the ball rolling, and now may the fullness of the moon make this ball roll faster and fuller and bring just more fullness to my life and those around me for the higher good of all. All right, family. So that's a little breakdown on how I definitely prefer to do vision boards now. Make yourself a timeline on your vision boards. Make some check boxes and check them off. And have your images be up there to remind you of what's on your list. And pulling some cards is just a bonus on some extra things to focus on relating to your goals. All right, family. Hope y'all found that helpful. Everybody be blessed. See y'all at the shop or on the site or on Instagram or in the comments. Y'all be safe. Peace.